Hello and welcome to the review of the Garmin XT. This is my thoughts. I've purchased this unit to replace my Garmin 590 LM. There's some good bits and there's some bad bits. This isn't an unboxing because I've already unboxed it, and unboxings are really silly. Read the contents of what's in the box before you buy it, and then you won't need to unbox it. Actually, you might do. So I've got the Garmin, I've got the box, got a cup of Earl Grey tea, hot with too much milk, and now I'm going to show you what this looks like on a bike. No, not this bike, this bike. We'll go through the best features first. Clearly from the footage you can see the screen. It's a wonderful, very clear display. You can read it in any sort of light. I found that with my Garmin 590 LM, in bright sunlight I just couldn't see it, and in fact once I crashed into a tree. You will find that the unit is a lot lighter than my 590 LM and the 595 LM, so it brings it down to below 300. It's really light. I noticed on my 590 LM that the weight made it wobble about on the motorcycle. This being a lot less weight, it seems to be a lot more stable and easy to read. The display, it's half an inch bigger. It just seems to work a whole lot better. That's one good bit. No, actually that's two good bits. Connected services. You've got your weather. I did have the weather on my 590, that's not new. There's some applications in here, which are they applications? I'm not sure whether I would call them applications. I'd just call them features of the device. There's a weather radar, that's new. Traffic, that's not new, but you can get your traffic from different sources. Though I do quite like barbecue sauce. Comes with all of the navigation things that you'd expect a modern day navigator to navigate to when you're trying to navigate. It works out of the box. Another one of the good things I like about this unit is that it's now got Wi-Fi for updates, so you can just attach it to your home Wi-Fi and you can update the map without the use of a computer, and it will also update the system as well without the use of a computer, which is great. It's handy if you want those little updates, which tend to be big updates and take a couple of hours. One of the new features I like is the topographical map for off-road users primarily. You won't really see it on here. If I switch to topographical, I'm in Sheffield, which is the hilliest place in the world. Bird's eye view is new too. You can download some bird's eyes. You do have to download these bird's eye map views in advance because otherwise they won't be there. You can't download them on the fly. Okay, now to the bits that I don't like. First of all, this unit connects to Wi-Fi. We know that because it does the updates. So why do you have to use a cable to connect to your computer when it's on the same network as the GPS? There's no logical reason why you would have to do that. You'll save all the need of having a cable. And that's the other thing, the cable. I've got the cable here. Mini USB. It is a mini USB. So they've kind of gone backwards from my Garmin 590 LM, which was a micro USB. My grandmother stopped using these 20 years ago when she upgraded, and now of course she has USB-C. USB-C is the modern standard. This is like 20 years old. Apple had their generic connector, then they went to Lightning connector, and now they too are using USB-C. What is that? If you buy cheap crap, it comes with mini USB. Then you've got to open your flaps to insert it. Just do it over Wi-Fi or just have USB-C connection in there, Garmin, please. Then the other flap, I do quite like flaps. You can insert your micro USB card containing your MP3s. Who downloads MP3s onto micro SDs now? This micro SD holder is probably more awkward than picking my nose with a hammer. And another thing, my 590 LM didn't have Spotify applications on it, but the 595 did. They're very similar units, and I couldn't justify spending another couple of £100. I used to complain about it, but I did used to manage to get it to work using my phone. So you would think that this device, being later than my 590 and my 595 LM, would have Spotify on it. No, it does not. This later version than the 595 doesn't come with Spotify apps. You can do it via your phone by an awkward, cumbersome way, which I'll show you in a bit, but it doesn't have native Spotify or Deezer, iPhone connection things. That's really, really annoying. Deezer, Amazon, why not? There must be a good explanation to it. And another thing, let's say I want to do a round trip as one of my options. So I'll go, where to? Is round trip in my where to's? No, it isn't. Round trip is an application. So I have to go into application and then find round trip and go into it. Maybe I want to do an adventurous route and I need to plan it. So will it be where to? Adventurous route planning? No, it's not in there. No, I have to go back into apps, trip planner. There you are. What? Why? Why isn't it there? Why isn't trip planner there? Why? Why? And another thing, my tea's nearly empty. My 590 and the 595 came with this nice, lovely, soft case to put this in and protect it and keep it warm and cuddly. I used to sleep with this case sometimes. This comes with nothing, and it's more expensive than my 595 was. It's even smaller. Why not just include a case? This unit comes with no case. Why couldn't Garmin employ some 8-year-old Chinese kids to make up soft cases so that I could sleep with them? The cases, not the kids. £3 to make up a soft case? Instead, I've had to get the wife to do it instead. And another thing, when you're doing your round trips, if I want to do an hour, quite often it'll take me up a road and straight back the same way. It won't say to me, oh, I've not got a trip that lasts an hour. Maybe you'd like to do one that lasts an hour and 20 minutes. It just sends me up a road and back the same way. And another thing, it's a bit of a palaver if you wanted to try and use the voice recognition to call somebody. You would think that this unit, being 2020, would have fantastic Wizzo voice recognition. No, it's got none of that. Here's how it goes. The device is on. My mobile phone is on, but I've got to start the Garmin Drive app. If you don't start this app before you get on your bike and it's not running, it's a real pain. You've got to stop and fish your phone out, all sorts of palavers. Then we need the helmet on. Turn my Bluetooth headset on. You look nice today. Fancy a date? Okay, now I can hear it's connected to both devices. I want to phone my wife to tell her to pay particular attention to my underwear gussets, give them a good scrub, ready for when I get home. I'm in map view because I'm driving along, right? I press this really large button on the bottom right hand corner there. You see those little 3 dots? That's it. Wobble, 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 wobble. 1 press. I have to then press phone. Wobble, wobble, wobble. 2 press. I have to then press more. Wobble, wobble, wobble. 3 presses. And then on my 4th press, I can voice dial somebody. Call the wife. But what this actually does is it doesn't use the Garmin device to call the wife, is it activates your phone assistant, whether it's your Google Assistant or whether it's your iPhone Assistant. I've not tried it on iPhone, it might be different, but it's definitely that way on Google. This unit doesn't have any voice recognition in it. it just simply activates the voice assistant. If that is the case, why, Garmin, why hide it 4 awkward buttons deep when you're driving along and your fingers waving along? It's really, really hard, and it's a stupid idea. Why not, on the main map screen, have a dedicated button somewhere? It has got a voice assistant icon that you press one time and it activates your Google Assistant, or it activates your iPhone Assistant, your Siri, I think it's called. It would be just so much easier. This is an arseache. It does work, but it's an arseache. Why would you do that? I'm staring at you, Garmin. I am staring at you. All in all, it's a fantastic device, and of course I will be using it, and I will enjoy using it, and I will get arsed every time I have to press 4 buttons to activate my Google Assistant. You could have done a little bit better, Garmin, with a little bit of thought about your applications, your icons, the way it's laid out. You could have done a bit better. It's good, but not brilliant. And the worst of it is, it's gone cold.